Is all right, voice and everything. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah. So today we are discussing the next ratio under ratio analysis, that is quick ratio. Okay, so yesterday we have started the class and we have seen what is current ratio. Today we are seeing quick ratio. Fine. So the next formula is quick ratio. So what is this ratio all about? You should understand first. See, current ratio was nothing but you have taken all the current assets, you have divided by current liabilities, and you have checked the liquidity position, the short term liquidity position of Reliance Jio company. Correct? See, this particular quick ratio is also going to help you to understand the financial health. That means the short-term liquidity position of Reliance Jio company. But this ratio is somewhat different when compared to current ratio. So what is the difference between current ratio and quick ratio? The difference comes with quick assets coming into picture. So see, current ratio is current assets by current liabilities. Quick ratio is quick assets upon current liabilities. The only difference between current assets and quick assets, so I'm writing here, I'm just subtracting them, is nothing but the inventory and prepaid expenses. Okay, the only difference between the current assets and quick assets is inventory and prepaid expenses. That means if I bring this here and take this, take quick assets there, it can be easily understood that current assets minus, that is total current assets. So when I speak about total current assets, inventory and prepaid expense are also a part of this. So from the total whatever the current assets I have, if I remove inventory and prepaid expenses, I'll tell you why I am doing this and all the reasons behind this, I get quick assets. Or if you want to understand it in a very simple way, write a statement here. Quick assets are the are the quick assets are in fact in fact those assets which can provide economic benefits in a very short span of time, that is probably within 6 months. That means if current assets would take 1 year to provide economic benefits to you, quick assets can take around 3 to 6 months to provide economic benefits to you. That means this can provide economic benefits to you even more short, like even like in less duration than current assets. That means if current assets would take 1 year or more than 6 months to give you economic benefits, quick assets can give you the economic benefits even more shorter duration. It would take more shorter duration of time to give you economic benefits when compared to current assets. That means it would take just less time when compared to current assets to provide you economic benefits. So the you can see the time difference here. It's very evident and easily understood. This takes 1 year. This takes 3 to 6 months. It is taking less time to give you economic benefits. Am I right? I think the difference is simply understood by you. Now, if I have to give a simple version of quick assets are nothing but all the current assets except except inventory and prepaid expenses. That means you, when you would be given a question and you would be asked to solve or find out quick ratio, you take all the current assets, but what you should not take or you should ignore is inventory and prepaid expenses. Now, coming to the reason behind this, I'll give you the reason, but first you just give a reading to all this and note down these points, and then I'll give you the reason why it is so. Okay. So it is very simply understood. Current assets would take more than 6 months or around 1 year to give you economic benefits. Quick assets can give you economic benefits in a shorter duration of time when compared to current assets. It would take just 3 to 6 months to give you economic benefits. So these assets, quick assets, are nothing but refinement of current assets. So that means if this is current assets, I'm writing current assets, like all the current assets, okay, like inventory, cash, prepaid expenses, short-term investments, cash in the sense cash in and cash at bank, and like you can take any other any other current asset like account receivables. Okay, so when I write here quick asset, your current assets would be filtered now. Filtered in the sense some impurities I'm going to eliminate from current assets to get quick assets. That means when current assets are refined, they give you quick assets. So I'll just ignore this and I'll just ignore this. And I take cash, I take short-term investments. So investments, I'll write investments. I take account receivable and I get the quick assets. So you understood. I'm filtering the current assets and I'm getting quick assets. Okay. Why I'm doing this, I'll explain you right now. So please make a note of all these things. Fast. Once done, you have to inform me. Once done, you should take the initiative to inform me. I'm waiting, okay? Hopefully, I think my voice is clear and everything you're hearing.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done, but the page has been moved a bit
Sorry?
on the right.
Done, sir.
Yeah. Is it right? Can you see now? Hello? Can you see it right now? Okay.
Not yet from my end.
You're not able to see the screen? Hello? Hello?
Checking it.
You're not able to see the screen? Please confirm.
Yeah, it is just appearing.
Okay.
Still, it is blank from my end.
So you have to again
What
rejoin.
about the rest of them?
Rest of them are able to see. Please rejoin again. Rejoin again. उससे बात कर कुछ बोलो लेटरल दो बोलो उसको लेटरल देने के लिए बोलो Yeah, now can you hear? Can you see now? Hello? Hello? Yeah, Suman, can you see the screen now?
Yeah. Now I
Can.
can.
Okay, okay. Now once done, you should inform me so that I'll give you like some other concepts.
Okay. It's done. I have
Okay,
noted.
okay. Then what happens? Like I was speaking about, like some. I was like saying you. I would explain you some points. See, if I speak about current assets, I take inventory, I take cash in hand, I take cash at bank, I take account receivable, I take short-term investments. Okay, so the I take prepaid expenses. So these are or outstanding income, anything outstanding income. So these are all my current assets. Now, can you tell me which current asset is the most tangible one in this? That means which is for which the tangibility or which is of the highest tangible nature. Let me tell you what is tangible. Tangible is nothing but which has physical substance. Tangible means something which has physical substance which you can touch, you can see. So which current asset amongst all of this you see is the most tangible one? Of course, it is inventory. Am I right? Stock. So if you have a shop, you are selling some goods to people, you keep your stock in your shop and also in your godown. So this is the most tangible current asset. Am I right or wrong? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because
Yeah.
you can physically see it, touch it. And the problem with inventory is if you are willing to sell it, if you bought inventory for the entire year, some stock, you can sell it by tomorrow or it may take more than 6 months. In fact, sometimes even a year. In fact, sometimes you see when you make a balance sheet. So when you make a balance sheet at the end of the year, balance sheet, do you see the closing inventory with you always? Yes. Ending inventory or closing inventory, you see in the balance sheet. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the inventory, the problem with inventory is you see all the assets even. I am not denying that fact, but the problem with inventory is it may it may be sold in one day, it may be sold in months, or it may be sold beyond a year. Okay, it may take some time, even beyond a year, for you to convert that inventory into cash at times. So the status for inventory is not clear. Since we are speaking about quick assets, we have to remove the tangible current assets from that list. That means we should refine these current assets and remove all those assets which are of highest tangible nature, even though in current assets. So the highest tangible nature current asset. See, what is the difference between current asset and non-current asset? These are tangible assets. These are intangible. These are not intangible. These are current assets. Correct? Intangible assets are patents, trademarks, copyrights. I'm not going into that. Non-current assets are tangible assets. Current assets are current assets. Those are like something which is not of tangible nature. But in current assets also, inventory is the one which is of highest tangible nature. So we should remove that. The status for inventory is also not clear, that when it would be fetching cash to us or we could expect economic benefits instantly or immediately. Okay, it's not the case with this, because this you already have in your hands, this you have in your bank. This within a month you can get the money. Okay, because no businessman would give more than a month's or 2 months time for any customer to make the payments to them. I'm speaking about data. When you sell goods on credit basis to your customers, short-term investments, immediately you can convert into cash, your stocks or something. And others also, outstanding income also, you not take more than 1 or 2 months to receive your incomes, except this. Okay, so we are eliminating this. And prepaid expenses. What is prepaid expense? So I paid my rent in advance, rent in advance, okay, on Jan 1st. But like I may shift in the month of June or in the month of March or somewhere around any time. Okay. So the benefits what I want to enjoy from the rent which I've paid in advance is taking more time. Plus, second point. Do you think in prepaid expenses you're going to get any cash, any inflow of cash with which you're going to pay any of your liabilities? Can you tell me? Is it happening like that? Are you going to receive any cash inflow from your prepaid expenses or such kind of asset with which you are going to settle any of your liabilities? Yes or no?
No.
No, of course. See, I bought a recharge card of some Tata, okay, prepaid recharge. So I already made the payment to the recharge guy, correct? The one who does this, the one who sells the cards. Company has already made the payments for services on my behalf, for which I right now paid. Now I am due to use that card and enjoy the benefits. I may use it whenever I want, maybe after 6 months, maybe after 1 year, and definitely I am due to enjoy my benefits. Nothing is coming to me in form of cash, and I'm making the payments of any of the liabilities. So what we do is, since the status for this also is not clear that immediately or instantly will be enjoying anything or getting economic benefits, we also exclude this from the quick assets category. So now what quick assets are left over with is, quick assets are all current assets except inventory and prepaid expenses. Okay, this is what is the maximum information what is available and what can be shared for these, for understanding this in a better way. Okay, so did you make the note of all these things? Any doubts? If you want to ask, if you want to raise any doubts, if you have any query, you can ask me right now. Yes, any doubts?
No, sir. So anything which is easily convertible, that is a quick asset.
Yeah, that's it. Which takes more time or more amount of time, and which will not be giving you economic benefits in 3 to 6 months time, and whose status is not clear, should not be taken in this category. That's it, simply understood. Okay. Now coming to ideal ratio. The ideal quick ratio is,
What is the ratio of quick ratio, sir? That is current ratio is 2:1.
yeah, ideal quick ratio is 1:1, madam. 1:1. But why 1:1? Now you will be asking me a question. I'll be paying off $1 and I'll be left over with $1. So we are not considering major of the assets in this. We are only taking quick ones. Okay. We are taking only instant ones. So if you like don't take inventory into consideration, major chunk of asset you are kind of excluding from this. So you are left over with those ones only which are immediate ones. Okay. For that, if we have a liability of $1, I'm speaking of, if we have a liability of $1, I'm speaking about current liability. Current liability is nothing but I can meet the obligations in 1 year time. Am I right? I can meet this obligation in 1 year span of time. For that, if I have $1 of quick assets, that's strong enough. Okay. See, I am not taking all the current assets. Now I am taking only few current assets and I am excluding some current assets which are major current assets. So excluding that, whatever I am left over with is more than enough for me to repay this. Okay. In fact, I may have more $1 to repay. But if I consider all the current assets, correct or wrong? Are you able to follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I take all the current assets, I may have majority of funds with me. Yesterday I explained you the difference between fund and cash. So
Yeah.
I'm ignoring some of the resources. I'm taking only the very latest and current ones. So with that, if I'm able to repay this, almost it's very safe, correct, very good. But if it is like 0.5:1 short of liquidity, don't invest in that company. Something in excess is also not good. That means you're not considering the fact to invest your excess money or excess funds in investment options. So your money blocked in account receivables or like some other place, like inventory you have already ignored, but the major area where you can have blockage of funds is account receivable. That's it. Okay. Or some of the investments in which you have invested but it is not producing or giving you some good returns. So there your money would be blocked. So don't block your money unnecessarily. That is a question that would raise a question on your company's ability to manage receivables and manage like investments. Okay. So don't give that kind of chances. So better you maintain it at the ideal one, that is like 1:1. Don't make the things go in a worse situation, that is don't allow it to go less than that. And more than that, you try to self introspect yourself, like where your money is blocked, and try to bring it to the ideal. Okay, so don't allow your money to be blocked in receivables and investments, whereby there's a chance of you losing your money, or people not paying the money to you on time can also default. So these things you need to ignore. So try to maintain it at the ideal. Okay. Now coming to the third and final ratio, cash ratio. So the formula for cash ratio is cash in hand plus cash at bank plus short-term marketable securities, okay, or cash equivalents we can say, which is not cash, but it is something which can be immediately converted into cash. I'm not saying even 3 to 6 months. Immediately you sell your stocks today, sell your securities today. In 2 days you will get your account credited with the cash. Okay, like generally in stock market and all, when people do trading, it generally take 2 days to settle the account or for you to receive the cash. Divide by current liability. Okay. So this is not even 3 months, not even 6 months, not even 1 year. Immediate cash. I'm speaking about immediate cash, which is either you have in your hands, either you have it at bank, or either you're holding some stocks or securities which can immediately be converted into cash. Now, so what is the ideal cash ratio? Ideal cash ratio is 0.5:1. But why? So now you see what we have done. I'll just give a small explanation. What has happened? Current ratio, current assets, inventory plus cash in hand plus cash at bank, short-term investments, prepaid expenses, outstanding income, account receivable. These are all your current assets. Quick assets, we just like are filtering. This is not there in this, and this is not there in this, and all are as it is taken. And cash and like if I'm speaking about liquid assets, like liquid or cash assets kind of, not there, there, this is there, this is there, not there, not there, not there. Okay. So every time I'm filtering, I'm kind of refining the assets. The refinement done to current assets give quick assets. The refinement done to quick assets give this most liquid or cash assets or cash equivalents. Correct? Fine. So I'll put two cases in front of you. Case 1 to justify this. Case 2. So you have taken a housing loan and you have bought a flat which is of 50 lakhs. You have made a down payment of 20%, that is 10 lakhs. So what is your liability? 40 lakhs, correct? And this 40 lakhs you have to repay in 30 years. It's a long-term liability of course. Point number one, this is case 1, case 2. You have 2 lakhs of cash. You have 20 lakhs of cash. See, there is no pressure on you to repay the loan. You can repay that in 30 years. You are making EMI payments every month, okay, and you can settle your liability in 30 years. But there are two cases here. One case is you have 2 lakhs with you, you have 20 lakhs with you, in which case you would be finding yourself very stronger. Now you don't ask me a question, sir, why should someone hold 20 lakhs of cash? He would have made some down payment here and reduced his liability. I'm not going into all those details. See, I'm trying to justify you this ratio, that's it. Correct? I'm not going into all those details. Yeah, he would have made the payment of 20 lakhs also, or he would have kept like, let's say he has also made 18 lakhs payment and he is just maintaining 2 lakhs. I'm not going into all this. I'm just giving you a small case and scenario whereby this is what he's supposed to pay, this is what he has, this is what he has. Excess cash also is not good at home, everyone knows. So let's say this 20 lakhs is in the form of cash and cash equivalents. That is, he also has some securities which he can convert immediately into cash. Let's say he has 15 lakhs invested in some SIP or some funds or some stocks which he can any day convert into cash and pay the make the liability payments. Okay, so you tell me in which scenario he would be very strong. Please answer. This one?
When he's, yeah, 2 lakhs, when he has the cash in hand.
No, he has 20 lakhs also. See, I'll write it neatly. So don't be scared like he's asking, he's going to twist or something like that. Nothing like that. Okay. 40 lakhs is the loan. 2 lakhs he has. 20 lakhs he has. 30 years he can repay. In which case he would be very strong. Come on. I can expect these answers from you. Isn't it so? There is no such twist or turn in this, no suspense kind of thing. Very simple question.
In both the scenario, he has cash in hand. He can easily
No.
convert it.
How?
No?
See, anyone who has, see, you are going to a hotel with 100 rupees as a preparation to spend and 500 rupees as a preparation to spend. In which case I would say you have more options or you're more strong. The one who has more money, or the time when we have more money or surplus, we are always strong. Am I right? The
Yeah.
one who has more liquidity is strong. So the person who has 20 lakhs
He
can
is strong.
immediately repay the loan, 50% loan today. He has that capacity. And if any emergency also crops up, let's say this guy, let's say this guy met with an accident and there's a 7 lakh bill he has to pay to the hospital. Now what should he do? He doesn't have that funds, correct? Here he can repay and he still has 13 lakhs. And what his savings would show that he is more stronger, more competent, a good capacity to repay as on today itself. So anytime the one who has more cash and 50% of the cash he is holding today only, he is holding just how much? How much is 2 lakhs of 40? 2 by 40, 1 by 20, just 5%. So this guy is like very strong. Huh? That's the reason why we say 0.50 is to 1. That means whatever the liability you have a liability of $1 and 50 cent you hold today itself with you in form of ready cash, immediate cash. I'm not speaking about other things like you have land, you have building, you have some other assets which would take time for you to convert into cash. Correct? You have immediate cash. So suppose you are going in a Land Rover and you are having a Louis Vuitton bag and you have all the you have a diamond jewelry, but when you go to a hotel and order something, when you see in your Louis Vuitton bag you don't have any like cash, but you have all the cards of the world and they don't accept cards, then what? Of course no one would go in such kind of hotel by seeing this example and the luxuries. But if you don't have cash in your hand, can you just make the payments? No. So liquidity is what matters. Anyone who has cash can use it for any motive, like speculative motive also. That means you get good offers in your life. Someone is selling some flat or some property and wants to go to US. He got a US visa, and but he is looking for immediate cash and he's ready to sell you for 10 lakh rupees less than what you expect from that property. So such kind of deals, good deals and sweet deals always can be settled if you have liquid cash with you, correct? That's the reason why there are many people who hold good amount of cash with them. So what I mean to justify is 0.50 is to 1 is a very ideal cash ratio, and any company in which you are looking to invest should have this standards or maintain this standards. Okay, here I mean only liquid cash, not other resources or funds. I'm speaking about pure cash, not funds. Okay, so I think It's very clear to you. So you can just write on this formula and we can jump to the questions. Because today's agenda is to finish this and go for the next topic. Once done, inform me so that I can open the question page. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, can you please scroll down?
Sorry. Okay, I should
Scroll
scroll.
down.
You want to write this even?
Yeah, this one, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Done, sir.
Yeah. Anything else you want? Yeah, you can just make a note of this also. Okay, done. Shall I open the like problems? No. Yeah. Done, madam. Suman, have you finished? Or
Yes, yes.
okay, then now let's go into the questions. Now you have to solve. I'm just waiting for your answers. So now we have done quick ratio, current ratio, and cash ratio. There are a couple of questions in this, so you can start doing them, and we will see whether you're doing it right or not. Okay. Apart from that, let us do one question from the textbook. I'm giving it to you to solve. Let me see how will you solve. And I expect you to just read this all session very clear, very deeply, okay? And any doubt, see, this is current ratio, this is quick ratio, cash ratio. These two I have to be, I have to explain. So don't worry, I'll explain you, okay? But the point here is this ratio, current ratio, read it thoroughly. Everything is given. Quick ratio, everything is given. If you've got any doubts, any line you're not able to understand, anything, please bring it to my notice. Will be very much overwhelmed to explain you. Cash ratio, go for this. This is also done. Okay. So cash flow ratio is different. I'll get back to that afterwards. Now, for you, this question. Come on, solve this.
Sir, in the textbook, accounting standards 210.
Sorry. No, don't worry about accounting standards.
Yeah.
We will get back to that, because see, what you're studying is ratio analysis. It is done after preparing the reports. Reports are prepared based upon standards. So simultaneously, part one we will be doing, whereby you'll be like understanding about the standards, isn't it so? So here, no need not worry about standards. No scope of standards in part two. Now solve this question. I want to know what is the answer for account receivable balance and fixed assets balance. I'm giving you some time. Please solve. Try. So are you doing this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what is the answer? Okay, so let's do this question. How to do this? Please understand. See, the first and foremost, most common sense thing you already know is total of assets should always be equal to total of liabilities, correct? So this block is done. Now, if I subtract these two from 100, I get what? Current
30.
liabilities, that is 30.
30.
Correct? Now your question, why did you find current liabilities? Of course, I'll get back to that. Why I found out is, my current ratio is given as 1.4, which is current assets by current liabilities. And my quick ratio is given as 1.2. See, acid test ratio is also called as quick ratio. Okay, another name for quick ratio is acid test ratio. That is quick assets upon current liabilities is 1.2. So now if I take this there and take this here, cross multiply, so current assets would be 1.4 times of current liabilities, and quick assets would be 1.2 times of current liabilities, correct? What is the current liability now? 30. So can we multiply the 30 here? Yes. So current assets is equal to 1.4 times of 30. So 14 threes are 42. Yeah. And quick assets would be 1.4, 1.2 times of 30, that is 36. Okay. Did I write the formula that the major difference between current assets and quick assets is inventory? Please tell me yes or no.
Yeah.
So 42 minus 36 is how much? 6. Is this your inventory? Please tell me. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Suman,
Yes.
I am not getting any answers.
I'm not getting it, sir.
What did you get?
The calculation part.
So that calculation, like you should be okay with this cross multiplication. What is the formula for current ratio?
Current assets divided by current liability.
How much is that given?
1:4.
1.4, not 1:4.
0.4.
That is 1.4. Okay. So can I cross multiply CL there? If I take this, it is multiplying here. If I take that there, it will divide. It is dividing. Sorry, current liability is dividing. If I take it there, it will multiply. It will multiply or not? See, if cross multiplication, if I take this current liability there, will it multiply with 1.4?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Suman, you should answer.
Yes, yes. Not able to hear.
No, I didn't really hear. 1.4 into CL. Okay. So I wrote it, current asset is equal to 1.4 times of current liability. In this case, if I take this quick ratio, formula is quick assets upon current liabilities, that is 1.2. If I take this current liability there, it will multiply with this 1.2. So can I write quick assets is equal to 1.2 times of current liability? Can I write this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what is the value of current liability? 30, correct? Which we have already found out. Is it there?
Yeah.
So can I multiply that 30 here with 1.4 and get my current asset value, which is 42? So 30, you can do calculation. You can take a calculator and you can multiply. You can see it is 42. So see, if I write 1.4 CL, it is multiplication. Okay. Now 1.2 into your current liability, 30. It's giving me 36. Correct. So I have my current assets 42. I have my quick assets 36. Now till here, do you have any doubts?
Fine, sir.
Sorry.
Fine, fine.
Fine. So 1.4 into 30, it is 42. Because my current liability happens to be 30, which I've already found out. And 1.2 into 30, current liabilities. So 1.2 into 30 is 36. Now 42 minus 36, or current assets minus quick assets, is what? Inventory, which I've already discussed with you. That is 6. Now any doubts?
Okay. All right.
Fine. So this is what is like I have found out. Inventory I have got. but my agenda is not to find inventory. My agenda is to find account receivable balance. Now, if you see this, you have three current assets, that is cash, account receivable and inventory. So can these three I take, and can I say that total of current assets is nothing but combination of these three? Because rest are fixed assets in this balance sheet. Can I write like this? I am writing it here. Total current asset as per this question is cash plus account receivable plus inventory. These are the only three current assets. Cash plus account receivable plus inventory. Any doubts in this?
No.
So now what is your total current assets which you have found out? 42 is equal to, what is your cash? 10
10.
plus AR you are going to find. Inventory you have found out 6. So now 42 minus 10 plus 6, 16. This implies account receivable. Yeah, you can find out and tell me what is that. How much? 26?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
26. 26. Now 100 minus these three, you get fixed assets. Find out and tell me what is the answer.
58.
58?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then like are you sure? 58?
Hmm.
Yeah, so 100 minus 26 minus 6 minus 10, it is 58. So your fixed assets are 58. Finish this problem. I'm going to the next one. Fast. Any doubts you can ask me.
Can I just make a note of this?
Yeah, why not? You can, of course. That's what I'm giving you time. You can make a note of this. Once you're done with this, I'll scroll it down. Okay.
Sir, scroll up, sir.
Yeah, just a
I
minute.
want to write the question.
Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. Give me a second. Okay, fine. I'll scroll it in this way. You finish this part, then I'll scroll down. You tell me, I'll scroll down. Okay.
Scroll bit down, sir.
1000, sir.
Yeah. So, like, is it okay if I scroll down or you are still writing, Sumit?
Yeah, it's okay. Go, you can scroll down, sir.
Done, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is not previous question. Do this question.
So, sir, while doing ratios, so even this kind of questions will be asked to find out the.
Yes, yes, yes. And there are more typical questions. I'll come back to that. So I'll be solving that simultaneously. You solve, but they can ask any kind of question, however they want. They can just. Okay. So
Ratio.
yeah. Can you do this question now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm waiting for the answer.
Two 2.14.
Yeah. So what have you taken? So if I take quick assets,
Cash.
yeah, I should not take inventory first. I should not take
Prepaid expenses.
prepaid expenses. Except this, I can take receivable, I can take cash,
Yes.
and this is non-current asset I cannot take. So 4 plus 2, it is 6. And then I can take this and I can take this. So 2.8. So 6 by 2.8 is 2.14, correct? Yes, that's true. Did you get this one? Shall I move forward? Both of you?
Give me one moment, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, one more question. Please do this question.
This is also quick ratio, sir.
Yes, it's quick ratio. Yeah, acid test ratio is quick ratio. Yes.
One 1.56 or 55.
1.56. So you can take cash, marketable securities, account receivable. You should ignore this. Ignore this. Okay, these are your quick assets. These are the part of quick assets, correct? Accounts payable under current liability. This is like quick asset, quick asset, quick asset. I can write. And then long-term debt current portion you should take as current liability. Long-term debt you should never take. And sales is not a part of this at all. Only to confuse you, they have given long-term debt current portion is nothing but something you have to pay in 10 years, but some portion of that they are showing here. Okay, maybe you are paying in installments or something. So within 1 year, whatever you settle is a current liability. So add this up, add these two up, and divide, you get the answer. Okay. So what's gonna be your answer? Is 18,000 plus 1,20,000.
1,48,000 by 95,000.
95.
Yeah, 1.55, 1.56 approximately. Yes. Okay, done. So now this PDF is with you. Can you find out this one? Do this last question. So they have given you acid test ratio. Quick assets by current liabilities is 2. Quick ratio is given. Okay. And they're asking you current liabilities. So you remember, if I have quick assets, I can easily find current liabilities in this. How come I can get quick assets? Current assets minus inventory is what? Quick assets. Correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
So 5,000 minus
Minus
2,000
2,
is
3,000.
quick assets. Yeah. Now 3,000 is quick assets. I take up this here 3,000 by current liabilities 2. I bring this here, it is cross multiplying. It's multiplying with 1. If it comes here, it divides. This is dividing. If it goes there, it multiplies. 3000 by 2.
1500.
Yeah, 1500 is your current liability. Any doubts? Please ask me. Raise it right now. Suman, did you understand?
Yes, sir. I'm just making a note of it. The thing is, I'm on a call on mobile, so that's why the screen is very small for me.
Okay, then I would expect some 10 questions from you for current ratio, quick ratio, and cash ratio from this material what I've given to you as PDF. Okay, do them as homework, and whatever doubts you have, you bring it to my notice tomorrow. We'll continue the other ratios tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll try to finish turnover ratios. Full complete session I'll take tomorrow and try to finish one set of ratios, that is turnover tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Then fine then. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.